Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast Network. This is We Are Air Season 3, Episode 3, The Mandalorian and the Star Wars Prequels. If this is your first time checking out the podcast, thank you so much. Please go to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. We're at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at /We Are Podcast. With that said, on to the podcast.
We are Error.
Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, what's the We Are Podcast? What's the We Are Podcast?
It sounds like, hey, pretty lady, won't you give me a sign? I give anything to make you mine on mine.
Yeah, it does. Which also sounds like, hey, little mama, would you like my candy? Because my mom's trying to hit it now. Yes, right.
That sounds like that. Hey, everybody, welcome. Wait, I gotta be louder.
Hey, everybody, what you welcome to?
Hey, everybody, welcome to the We Are Podcast.
When we talk about movies,
Hey, everybody. Shit.
Whatever we're talking now.
Shit. Hey, everybody, welcome to the We Are Air Podcast. This is Duck. I'm here with
Jake.
And
The We Are, Javi.
What is the We Are Air Podcast? It's a podcast we talk about movies, entertainment, and whatever the fuck we want to talk about. And today we want to talk about Disney news.
Disney News! Disney News! That's great! I own everything.
He does own everything. There's no denying that.
Jesus and his pigs.
So the Disney Plus...
Oh, my new Bibles!
So the Disney Plus app dropped today.
It dropped.
So the Disney app dropped. I was going to say the We Are Air app dropped.
We need to start an app.
We need to get an app.
We need to get an app.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What kind of app would it be?
It would just
We
be a
Are
picture
Air
of the three of us.
minus.
So Disney Plus dropped. You got it at midnight, pretty much, 12:01. I got it at 7 in the morning, and Hobbs...
He's going to get it today.
Yes. And
Free
so
trial.
the selection is very diverse. It's most of Disney's stuff from the beginning of Disney until now. Steamboat Willie's on there.
Is it really?
Candle Shoes on there, which is a movie I like with Jodie Foster back in the day.
Steamboat really?
Yeah, there's a Mickey Mouse collection at the bottom where it just has all the stuff. And then they have, like, the big 90s, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Lion King, Pocahontas, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I missed one in there. Which one?
The Renaissance.
Yeah. Which one I missed? Little Mermaid,
Fox
Aladdin.
and the Hound? No, that's before
What came
90s.
out? Beauty and the Beast. That's what I missed.
Yeah, Beauty
Judy and the Beast?
Your favorite version of Beauty and the Beast is on there also
Yeah.
with Dan Stevens.
with that
Dan
beast
Stevens.
cock.
Oh my God, that beast cock, bro.
Beast dick.
Stick.
Beast.
Beast dick.
Beast dick.
That song is baller.
You got to work on getting in that mic.
All up in this mic.
Jesus Christ.
Position. How about that
How
beast
long
dick?
has it been? It's been well over a year now, right? Well over a year.
If I say it enough, he'll eventually get in
This
there.
is just what makes me me, and why this works.
That's true. It's all right.
That was my Javi impersonation.
Yeah, it was.
He really does not want to cast tonight.
He doesn't, not one
He's
bit.
like, oh,
I'm just having fun. I can't have fun.
but
No,
there's
you can have one.
there's a little white noise in the background. Guys, let's just call it a night.
You guys done? I'm done. I think I'm good. So the app. Let's get back to the app. I think. So the big part of the app is when you turn it on, the first thing you see is the Mandalorian in all of its glory. So good. Jake, you got to watch it super early. What do you think?
This is going to be one of the better series that they're going to come out with for sure. Jon Favreau knocked it out of the park. You can tell he loves the source material. He loves the original Star Wars. You can tell by the practical effect usage in it. He wrote and oversaw most of it. It's true to the lore of the original Star Wars movies, more like kind of like Shadows of the Empire video game also, kind of like in that kind of
Yeah, I would
vein.
agree with that. And I feel like watching it, the thing I liked about it so much is it felt like A New Hope. It felt like Star Wars.
Right.
The settings, to the lighting, to the way they filmed, the fact that and this is something we'll talk about in the prequels that I hated. The prequels are like a cartoon, to the point where they film full body. That's weird. Cinema doesn't do that. They usually film from the waist up.
Right.
This did that, and that's what I liked about it. It looked like Star Wars. It felt like Star Wars through the practical effects, through the lighting, like I said, through just the basic storyline. It wasn't overly complicated.
The score,
The
as
score,
we talked about, was
100%.
amazing.
Oh, it's so good. And it just felt right.
Well, it had so many different feels to it. For me, it felt like a mythical quest, like fucking Kroll or Lord of the Rings or fucking Legend or something.
It was like
On top of that,
Kroll meets
a spaghetti
1957.
western on top of that. And on top of that, it's a fucking Star Wars piece as well.
100%.
So it's just like,
And Star Wars has always
It
been
hit all the beats.
a Western in space.
Yes,
this
exactly.
is a Western
It's
in space.
it's a
spaghetti
space
Western.
opera, yeah.
Like you said, spaghetti Western. Yeah. We made Javi watch it before we cast it. What'd you think?
I thought it was fucking dope. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
I really liked McNulty as a guy. And I love that it took me so long to realize that fish fucker was Horatio Sands.
Yeah, I couldn't place it. I didn't know who it was. Jake told me who it was. I was just like, all right. We know that Brian Posehn was in for a brief second. Horatio Sands. Evidently, they're using comedians in makeup or obscured in some way, which I think is really cool.
They're going to have to put Patton Oswalt.
He's got to be.
Right?
If they're going to continue with this fucking trend, they have to, right?
That'd be super cool. We'll get into spoilers real quick. So if you're going to watch it, you can go watch it now. The ending with the Baby Yoda.
Fucking good.
Wow, that was cute. That's like a
I
mug
want
wine.
one.
I
Yeah.
want one too. That's the
I
first thing
want a
said.
Baby Yoda.
I want a Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's actually Yoda.
That fucker, no, dude.
Well,
are you kidding me?
I wondered that too. What if he's reincarnated into that? And this takes place a little bit later than what they're saying it did.
Can you just imagine, though, like the
You
ego on
think this-
Yoda? To be like, I want to be reincarnated, but as me.
Yeah, dude. What do you?
That'd be awesome.
I mean, there's only ever been
50 years after the end of the Empire, do you think this is still happening?
Well, don't forget, didn't the new things take place like 8 or 10 years after?
Yeah, who
Would they still be using Imperial credits as money that far after?
I have a feeling that this could be a total misdirect anyhow. They could say it's taking place here, and it could take place somewhere else completely. Other than the traditional stormtrooper outfits, when you see them covered in dust and they're all beaten up, whenever he's talking to the guy who did the documentary about the guy who got eaten by the bear.
Ex-Imperial General.
It's really cool. God, he's good, though. What is that guy's name?
Werner Herzog.
Oh, my God. He's terrifying.
Yeah. That was the director for Herzog?
Yeah, dude. He is very, very, very scary.
He played the bad guy in something, but he's a well-acclaimed documentarian, director,
filmmaker, and actor. I mean, he acts and stuff. Boy, he was terrifying, though. That's what Star Wars needs. They need a villain back on this side of the original Darth Vader.
But he's not even the big bad in this.
No. I'm so excited, dude. They did this right. They did this
definitely.
Right. I want a Baby Yoda, like I said.
Oh, yeah.
I'm super excited because of the way this is releasing, which is interesting. I thought it was going to be once a week. It's going to be like once every 3 days, basically, what you're looking at.
So like the second one comes out 3 days from now. The one after that comes out like 5 days after that. They're doing like
a weird scattered releasing.
Right. So the thing that I'm most excited about is that we're going to be able to watch it all the way up through Christmas. The last episode comes out on December 27th.
7 episodes, then they stop when the 20th, and they wait a week. Yeah. There's a big gap. That means something happens that affects the Rise of Skywalker. I think it's
Episode 9 might affect Episode 8. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen, dude. I noticed that. Though.
I do have a theory, though, that it just hit me.
What's that?
Okay. Baby Yoda, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And they want to have it killed. Who's to say that they haven't been like trying to like clone all these powerful Jedis or Siths?
It's pretty good.
That's
pretty good, actually.
Or
like Rey is like part of that program.
That fits into the theory that we were proposing before, so that's actually pretty good. I like that a lot. Actually.
Maybe they'll have a grown-up version of this Baby Yoda in Rise of Skywalker.
Cloda. Ooh. His name is Cloda.
Ugh.
It's not Yoda, it's
Cloda.
I mean,
or Zoda.
We've seen a female version in the prequels of whatever Yoda's race is. And as far as I know, we don't know what Yoda's race is. We just
Nobody
know
does. It's not in any Star Wars canon, no lore, no nothing.
So that's great that they decided to take that and actually turn that into something. The other thing I want to say is I think that there's going to be a huge, and I'm talking huge, misdirect in this. I don't think that's Pedro Pascal. I really don't.
It sounds like Taylor Kish.
It sounds
sounds more like Timothy Olyphant.
I think it sounds like Chris Pine.
Nah. It is. But it's Pedro Pascal for sure.
Are we positive? Or would that be the greatest misdirect ever?
How would that be a misdirect?
Why would they do that?
Because they could, then when he takes off the helmet.
And then it's like, oh, it's Captain Kirk as the fucking Mandalorian?
Could be anyone.
I fooled you all.
But seriously, I'm calling it now. I think it's a misdirect. I think that there's nothing left to do. I like Pedro Pascal, don't get me wrong.
I just watched the whole fucking thing on Vanity Fair with the entire cast.
It would be the greatest misdirect of all time. And what else can you do with Star Wars?
What are you misdirecting?
Because of the actor. Whenever he takes off that helmet.
Why? Why would they do that? What do they have to win? They're not going to take off the helmet, though.
I don't want them to.
They're not going to. Hell no.
Do you want them to take off the helmet?
Oh, no.
They even said that at the beginning of this one. Even when we walked into the fucking tribe, they're like, and then he's like, "Oh, I heard you Mandalorians never take off your helmet." Even whenever he goes,
he didn't take off his helmet. And who's they're not just using Pedro Pascal for his voice?
I'm just saying, I feel like it's a misdirect.
Okay.
So I'm putting that
It's
out
a
there.
misdirect for nothing to misdirect to.
All right, that's my theory.
What if he pulled off the helmet and it was Rey? That would be a misdirect.
That would be a huge misdirect.
You know, it's like, hey, turn left here. Misdirected you. This is a dead end. All right, I'll just back out now and just go the right way.
Okay, and I want to talk about one more thing with the Disney Plus thing. Star Wars: A New Hope. There has been an additional change made to it for the Disney Plus release. When Greedo gets shot, he now screams. He doesn't just fall over.
Does he scream, "Curse you, gadget"?
He screams, Lucas! He screams something like McConaughey or something like that. Did you watch it yet? So all I know is they changed it again, and there's been a little bit of uproar. But I did check it out earlier because I was curious to see if they would still have the Fox fanfare at the beginning.
They do.
They do.
Yes,
I was wondering
I
if
did
they
see
added
that.
it to The Force Awakens. They had not.
They did not.
Which kind of bummed me out.
Yeah. I was also under the assumption that they were going to release the original cuts
That would be great.
on here also, as opposed to the special editions.
I think it's the special editions, and
It is.
and it's also missing the holiday special, and it is also missing. I don't think Solo's on there either.
Hey, nice callback to the holiday special though, The Mandalorian Life Day.
I love the fact that they had the little
Yeah.
what's his
The
name?
Salacious Crumb.
Salacious Crumb. Thank you. And they were frying them up.
Okay, so at the very beginning, whenever he's getting the bounty, that is Horatio Sands, he goes in there and he fights all those motherfuckers. And the last guy tries getting out the door and he shoots the grappling hook and catches around the waist and he starts firing him back at him. The squid face. Like,
He's a squid.
he starts pulling back in. He turns around and starts firing back at the Mandalorian. And Mandalorian's like, fuck this. And he shoots the goddamn door and it cuts him in half.
And on top of that, the way you were just showing the shooting, it looks like a Western shooting. He's shooting from the hip.
Oh, yeah.
I love it, dude. That's so
I love the
funny.
fact that when he shot that, he had the pose that the same guy had when he killed Buster Scruggs. It's like his foot was pointed up and everything. It was just like,
Definitely.
really far. Because I had to do the body motion.
I like it a lot, man. I can't wait. What do you guys think's going to come from this series? Like,
I'm
if you could
excited
even
to see where they're going to go.
speculate.
Yeah, it's all up for grabs. I mean, who knows what they can do? They introduced a goddamn Baby Yoda at the end of the episode. How would you even have guessed that this is where they were going to go? Where he's going to collect a bounty, but now it turns out he's going to be protecting this baby throughout the whole fucking series.
I mean, how awesome would it, if this opens up? You know how we always want to see like a Yoda prequel movie? What if he gets his own show because of this?
Baby Yoda?
Maybe.
Like it's Muppet Baby?
Baby
No, like, what if- like,
Yoda, da 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 da, Baby Yoda, da da da.
Like, what if they dive in? Like, what if this thing is a Yoda clone effect and has all of Yoda's
I
memories?
really love that idea.
and they do like a deep dive into this thing.
Speaking of which, I have another theory too for the Rise of Skywalker. I'm going to share with you guys. When
You're wrong. I
I probably am. When C-3PO says goodbye to everybody in the trailer,
Oh god.
what if he's actually getting reprogrammed back to the time before he got his brain wiped? He was around Padme and Anakin the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
So he probably has inside information about something. What if he's saying goodbye to everybody because they're repeating him?
He knows more about Palpatine than anybody
That's
would.
what I'm saying. So what if they're going back and getting that? Because they didn't wipe R2-D2. They said wipe the protocol droid. But that's why whenever Ben Kenobi sees him, he's like, hey, you?
Yeah.
What's up? He recognizes him.
Right.
And I was like,
Close on him. He's me.
well, I want that to happen so bad, though. I want to see that, like, him be reset, like, whenever you have a computer and you have to go back to a save point. That's what happens.
We might get flashbacks. We might get flashbacks of like scenes that they're reshot that we never even saw in the original movies, because apparently Hayden Christensen is supposed to be in this movie.
What if he?
So they might like have flashbacks from like whenever he had his original memory, C-3PO,
exactly,
and they show like stuff that we didn't see, like meetings between him and Palpatine,
right?
You know, like leading up to Order 66 or whatever.
Cool. That'd be so cool. And they're still supposedly filming it right now. Fuck it. It's going to be out in less than 2 months, so we'll see what happens. Regardless, is The Mandalorian the future of Star Wars? Is things like that the future?
I say definitely yes. And if they do Obi-Wan Kenobi twice as good as this, they've met their new fucking franchise.
I mean, they could open up the world of the Sith through this medium.
Yeah.
Let's
get an all fucking Sith fucking show devoted to the Sith.
Like, I would love to, like, if they're going to do a Sith show.
They do fucking Darth Revan.
Darth Revan or Darth Bane?
I want Darth Reefer.
Yeah.
That's a fat smoke right there. Oh, that's some good shit.
You know you're gonna kill me, right?
Well,
That's
I'm
the only
telling
way
you.
to become a Sith Lord.
Will that be the thing that turns you to the dark side and you start smoking weed? Is
Yeah.
that they introduced the Darth
Darth
Reaver?
Oh, man,
Okay.
it's a
Man.
fucked up life being Sith.
I've honestly been considering it. I'm in so much pain right now. We talked about
talked
the
about-
good stuff. Now we're going to talk about the not so good stuff. We're going to
Not so good.
talk about the prequels.
One prequel that ain't good.
Is that true?
No, there's 3 prequels.
Phantom Menace.
I liked it.
It came out, 1999, I think? Actually,
Yeah,
I think it was
Yeah.
it
last year.
did.
So, directed by George Lucas, May 19th, 1999. Budget, $115 million. Box office, $1.027 billion. This movie made gangbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many times did you see it in theaters?
Like 3 or 4.
Hobbs?
twice.
And I saw it once. What did you think on your initial viewing of it?
Oh, it was the greatest thing ever because it was a new Star Wars movie.
The hype was insane. Remember the hype?
For somebody growing up watching it nonstop and getting every iteration of it the moment it came out, going to see the special editions in the movie theater, getting them on VHS whenever they were released. Yeah, I was like, this is fucking great. This is Star Wars. It was not, in hindsight.
It was a version of Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I thought I cared about galactic taxing and
Wow.
trade
That's
federations.
what I wrote down. It's the,
Like, why the fuck did I care about that? I didn't. I just thought that I did.
I called it the politicals, the political prequels or something like
Yeah.
that. It's not good.
Like, why do
When you're a kid, remember when I was a kid, like, oh man, this is actually pretty good. And then I grew up, I was like, oh.
So
No.
that's the thing. So, people argue that these movies are for kids, I guess. But maybe he was actually making it for the people that grew up watching it that would be more intellectually fit to comprehend
I'm going to tell you
Galactic
right
Trade
now,
Federation.
as a teenager, I did not understand it at all.
I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see some fucking lightsabers, some fucking Darth Maul. I wanted to see some fucking fights. That's it. Using some goddamn force. Now, let's use our tongues and win this war.
Yeah, no, it's not. And especially with that one.
And we also need a goofy space fish frogman following
okay.
us around. We need
Boss
a...
man?
We need a... Yeah.
Well,
We
let's
need
talk
a
about that right away.
fake-ass Chewbacca.
Does anything work? Does anything at all work within the Phantom Menace? Anything at all?
Well, you got Qui-Gon Jinn using this particular set of skills.
I like Space Jesus. I do like him. I do. He is Space Jesus,
Using
right?
a lady's Gillette razor to talk to people.
But I like him.
I loved Qui-Gon
I
Jinn.
really
that
like
was
him.
one of the biggest selling points for me. I was like, holy shit, they got Liam Neeson in this movie?
Yeah.
This is going to be fucking awesome.
And I
The
thought
guy
he
that's
did
going to be
good.
taken in 12 years? Oh my god, I can't wait
Ewan
to see
McGregor
it.
was great.
He's okay in the first one. He's barely there.
To me at the time, I was like, fuck yeah.
But Qui-Gon Jinn, I think, works great. Other than that,
Did he get murked by Darth Maul, by the way? I can't remember.
does he what?
Did he get murked?
Did you watch the movies?
I'm not going to lie. No.
You never do.
I like to go in fresh and swing from the hip.
All right, it's fine. Mandalorian style.
Yes, motherfucking Darth Maul
Yes.
killed Qui-Gon Jinn.
Did you remember him? Remember when Qui-Gon was in Attack of the Clones and he showed up out... Oh, wait, he was technically in Attack of the Clones' voice, I guess.
Yeah, but no, he wasn't.
No, he did. He dies. Darth Maul gets him. And that's whenever Ben Kenobi actually becomes a character and interesting for the first time in that movie.
Oh, shots fired.
Once again, Mandalorian style. Other than that, though, I think the other thing that works in the movie is the pod racing, and I've said it a million times.
Pod racing.
I think it's a really
great.
good scene. It's
I
a
love
good
it.
20 minutes of cinema, regardless of what you think, regardless of the surrounding things that are happening.
Oh, and
It's good.
motherfucking Greg Proops
Yeah, I like
in
it.
the
I like Mr.
podcast
Proops.
announcing.
The thing I like the
I
most...
said podcast announcing. Pod Racer
With the-
announcing on his podcast. is
The
what it
whole
goes.
time I was watching, I'm like, man, is that where we got podcasting from? I was like, what's the connection here? I like that scene. I like how it's filmed. I like the way it's edited. I like the sound in it.
The sound, I love the sound.
Yes,
of
the sound design on the fucking machines. Yeah, fucking
dude, that was
Bulba's craft sound like a goddamn old like jet fighting fucking B-47. It was dope.
All of it, dude. And then with the first 2 laps, there's no music.
Oh yeah,
And then you get to that 3rd lap, and it just starts coming in. And even in the video game, they repeat that. For the first 2 laps, there's no music. And the 3rd lap, it kicks in. It's fucking awesome.
you've seen the Unreal version of the Pod Racer,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
it is
Unreal.
I would love to play that. Other than that, the other thing that works in that movie, and it works super well, is the final lightsaber battle, which I do contend is probably the best lightsaber battle in all of Star Wars.
It's probably my second or third.
What's your first?
Honestly, I love the throne room scene in Last Jedi.
Yeah.
That shit's fucking amazing, even though there's a couple goofs in it, but that whole fucking Kylo and Rey both taking out the Crimson Snoke's guards, that shit was badass, man.
I like that, but I like this one better. I don't know why, and I like it better than...
Duel of the Fates.
Yes, I love the music.
Duel of the Fates.
I love the editing, and when you really cut it down, like, it's great.
So, in the first one, whenever Darth Maul gets his big fucking reveal, you know, he's got the little fight scene in the desert with Qui-Gon whenever they're leaving Tatooine.
Space Jesus.
Yeah, and, you know, he's only got the one side of the lightsaber, then you don't know what he's capable of, because I don't even think they fucking showed that in the trailers or anything. I think whenever you saw him pop out the dual lightsaber, I think that was the first time you saw it was in the movie. Like, nobody knew that show was going to happen anyways. You hear the fucking music start whenever the doors slide open, you see him, the Duel of the Fates kicks in, and you see him fucking pull out the lightsaber, and he hits one side and then hits the other. And that music's fucking hitting right there. It's like, oh shit, it's on. Like, that shit was so badass.
So I'm gotta get chills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. That shit is so fucking dope.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, it's just Doc jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you get a chance, head over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And if you're enjoying the podcast today, please share with your friends. It's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, back to the podcast. What is not good about this movie?
Everything.
Gungans in general. Just
Gungans.
Gungans.
What is it about Jar Jar that is terrible? Once again, I don't dislike Jar Jar, but rewatching it this time, I'm like, that's
it's
pretty
very
rough.
cringe.
Yeah, it's very rough.
For me, it was that stupid fucking piece of candy that they made with Jar Jar's head, and you push the bottom up and his tongue sticks out. And you got it's right there on the side counter of
I
every
ain't making out
goddamn
with Jar Jar now.
every goddamn KV toys. You got fucking Jar Jar's
kiss
fucking
me.
tongue sticking out. You're just like, man, fuck this guy.
He's like, this son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was
He
like,
was a Frenchman now.
Yeah.
Is he even needed?
no.
Does he serve
Well,
any
according to Lucas.
He's the center.
Yeah,
I didn't make everything work.
Jar Jar's the whole key to this.
whole
If he
key to
doesn't work,
this.
the entire thing falls apart.
He was right. The whole thing fell.
I'm pretty sure Lucas knew that this movie was not going to be good, so he needed a scapegoat.
No.
The movie
George
is
Lucas.
Jar Jar.
George Lucas thought this was going to be
The shit.
Yeah, and
He's like,
everybody
this
wrote-
will be the shit.
Yeah, it's like,
This is going to be the greatest thing they ever have.
Was he trying to strike twice with lightning with the fucking shit that he had with Chewbacca? Like, I can create creatures that people are going to love for a millennium, so let me just fucking go back to the well with this fucker.
Dude, I love the idea of George Lucas in there being super cocky. He's like, all the bitches will want to suck my Lucas
I am
dick.
God!
Yeah.
They will love my creation of Jar
Everything
Jar
I touch
Binks.
is amazing. Look
Yeah.
at Jar Jar. You fucking love him.
Everybody's going to be petting my Chewie after this.
All right. Jar Jar's not good. Don't know why he's there. Fucking pointless character. Really. And he does fuck up. He is kind of the cause of everything in the third movie. He puts Palpatine in power.
Yeah, that
So-
fucking chump bitch.
So he is, if he doesn't work, none of it works. Well, he worked to do that.
He's just a stupid minority who didn't know anything.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you do have to talk about it. Is the character racist?
Yes!
He is?
Yes!
At least,
He's not racist.
Bro, he's a straight up Uncle Tom.
That's a terrible
I'm not wrong!
He's Star Wars. Jar Jar sucks. Anakin. Poor Jake Lloyd. I feel so bad for this guy.
Why don't you
Yeah.
tell that to the fucking gas station attendant that he fucking robbed? Like, you feel bad for him. It's like, I know this guy held you up for drug money, but I just gotta let you know, I feel bad for
Well,
this
he's
guy.
Darth Vader now.
motherfucker's got a neck tattoo that says the chosen one.
I should have been like, you should have known I'm Vader, bitch.
Bitch, you know me. You knew I was going to turn on evil.
This
Jake
poor kid.
Lloyd has actually been turned to the dark side since this fucking
They should
movie.
go back and refilm it and green screen him back in and be like, I was wrong the whole time. Put Lloyd on there.
Yeah, I bet he actually believed he was Anakin.
Dude,
Jake Lloyd's got a tattoo that says Palpatine was right.
I feel so bad for him because you see an interview and he's just like, kids are mean. They're so fucking mature. And
But
he's
like,
just
dude,
you can see him turning.
Fuck you. Your dad was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wait, was he?
Yeah.
Wait, and what?
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the way! That's all they smash it. Jingle all the way!
Jingle all the way. Give me the trouble, man. Get him, come over here, Anakin.
I am trouble, man.
Dude,
Kiss
Jake
Tom
Lloyd.
Hanks' wife.
Dude, my favorite.
can fuck her.
My
Hartman.
My favorite part of that movie is whenever Phil Hartman's eating the fucking cookies. He's like, those are my cookies.
my cookies.
Like, Phil Hartman was going to steal fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Oh
wife.
yeah, it's
Are
so
you kidding
good.
me?
Of course,
know,
of course
I'm
he
very
could.
eligible
You're right.
for
Phil
that,
fucking
It was
Hartman.
Phil fucking Hartman. It could have been done. So Anakin is poorly played. The character, he actually is more interesting, I feel like, in this movie than he is in the second movie. Yeah, dude, he's a pimp. He just immediately, he's like, listen, bitch, what's up? I live here on Tatooine.
Hey, you want to see the robot I built? It can fuck you in like 5 different ways.
Well, that too. How about him building C-3PO?
That's pretty cool.
I was kind of bummed out by that. I was like, oh, that's how they're going to explain how C-3PO got here? Just this
Right.
little fucking asshole built it. They're like, we have to make him
The best, the smartest, and the brightest in the universe. He builds a pod racer. He built C-3PO. He does his mom's taxes for her.
Bring out those W-2s. Whoopee! But he is super good at everything. So it should play into his arrogance later.
They're
but it
WA2s,
doesn't.
not W2s.
Ah, yeah. Get them Wachoos done. He's super good at everything, and he has every right to be arrogant, but the character played by Jake Lloyd is played very flat.
Subpar.
Very flat.
Yeah.
But it kind of matches how Hayden Christensen plays him in the second one.
Well,
Very
maybe
flat.
that's what Hayden Christensen did. Maybe he's actually a good actor, and he just studied fucking tape of little
Jake Lloyd.
Anakin.
That's what
and
I'm
just
saying.
like, well, I have to act like nothing really matters.
It's terrible.
I thought he brought it in for Revenge of the Sith, especially that last one.
Revenge of the Sith was dope.
I agree with you.
Everybody shits on the prequels.
Fucking hate Attack of the Clones.
Everybody hates Attack of the Clones. It's horrible.
It's not good at all.
It's dog shit. The best part of that movie is Django.
Well,
Best part of that movie is the credits.
Let's
They
talk
get to
about-
walk out.
Whoa.
two last things here on
Yoda and Dooku?
Oh, that was a badass fight.
So
I love watching Yoda fight.
the two last things I want to talk about Phantom Menace is Watto fucking Shmi Skywalker.
No,
Oh,
he
yeah.
wasn't fucking. He was raping.
No.
He's like, bitch, you want
No.
some money? You want to feed your kid for this week?
Shmi was
Suck
throwing-
this dick!
Shmi was throwing at everything that came by her, dude.
Right.
He was no whore.
Yes,
No,
she was.
She played.
She was trying to bang Qui-Gon secretly.
Dude,
She was
he
feeding him?
put his hand on her shoulder. That's second base in fucking space.
Yeah, second base space.
Second space. Done and done. They were banging behind the scenes.
Quado?
Wait, Quado?
No, wait, that's what we're going.
Yeah, I'm sure she fucked him too.
What's the big fucking fight?
That's actually Anakin's dad is Quado.
But that's the thing.
I like how crazy you look just then.
Dude, I
You
feel
covered
like
Robin Williams right there.
I apologize.
Oh,
Did I tell you that? I really feel like it's the ultimate white trash move to blame the Force for your fucking space baby. That could belong to anyone down at the cantina.
Damn. Yeah, that is space white trash.
Listen,
Holy
this
fuck,
fucking
that's
handle
hilarious.
and 50
Holy
minutes of commercials
fuck.
on Murray.
Oh my god.
The Force, you are not the father.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Otto Povich. Today we examine the father of Anakin Skywalker, the Force. We bring in Jedi expert.
Fuck you, you don't know me.
Roll your Jedi
You don't know
dice.
me. I got midichlorians for days,
Do your
bitch.
mind trick. The Jedi is determined that is a lie.
We'll be
You
right
are
back.
actually space hooker.
What do you call it, Watto Povich?
Watto Povich.
I know why.
Force is not father.
It is Greedos, baby. Speaking of which, is that little Greedo? Is that Greedo?
Yeah, I think so.
Is
I
that-
always thought so
where he's
whenever
like,
I was
"Come on,
watching it.
Daddy."
Either that is Greedo's dad, because, I mean...
Oh, that's true. But
Yeah.
once again, things age differently.
Right.
So. Other than that, movie, politics, boring, doesn't make a lot of sense.
No one cares about movie politics.
I just don't get it. I didn't get it, and there's too much happening at the end, and I just don't care. It's superfluous. Did it need to happen?
No.
Probably not.
Do we need
Yeah,
an obese
he could-
lizard?
Yeah,
Shaking his double chin?
there could have been a way better reason as to why the Empire became the Empire, as
Right.
opposed to some fucking... He tried to make it tie into more real life. Like, the same things that go on, like the fucking NATO conventions and
Right.
shit like this, and the fucking... That's what he was trying to fucking delve into.
Well, that's the other thing. In the actual Senate meeting, are those ETs?
Yeah, they are. They've
Those are
confirmed it.
ETs,
They
right?
It
confirmed
got
it.
confirmed when ET
Yeah.
came out, when he was like
It did.
rolling up on y'all, like, what up, Holmes?
That
Yeah.
makes me so happy that
Yes,
that's an ET.
confirmed.
Did you notice that the Mandalorian kind of ET'd the Baby Yoda at the end? A little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
I like that.
I did see that.
All right, let's get to Javi's favorite movie in this trilogy, the middle one, Attack of the Clones.
Attack of Clones.
Budget 115 million, box office 649 million.
All the movies were released usually May or June, I believe. And that,
Yeah.
what was this, 2001, I think?
That was
2000
June. That was a June.
Maybe
release.
2002, I think. It had to
June
be 2002.
2002.
No, it
And-
was a May release.
May 16, 2002.
Well, this movie should not have been released because, thank you. Appreciate it. Is there anything good about Attack of the Clones?
Yoda fight at the end. That's it.
Django.
Django? You like Django Fett? You like the clones? You like all that?
I don't
stuff?
like the clones, but I like Django Fett because I like the Mandalorian armor. That shit was cool. I don't like that.
You don't like Baby Boba?
No, I don't like the explanation of the origin for him. It was better whenever it's just a mystery, mysterious past, and now it's like, hey, we got Boba Fett in this movie. You heard the Patton Oswalt bit.
Here's the kid.
But I mean, he's exactly right, though. Like, I don't need to fucking know this shit. They're all clones and they're all the fucking stormtroopers now. Like, they're not just people signing up to be part of the fucking army like the Nazis were.
Right.
Now we just have to assume that it's just one race of people that
Mindless,
are making this
brainless,
up.
following
Yeah,
orders.
bullshit. Because you watch the original
They're
Star
not,
Wars.
They're not the Mandalorian. They're not Django.
Yeah,
Fett. They're not
they are
clones.
not clones. They're all different heights and sizes, different voices, everything else.
They're cracking their heads off the
Yeah,
top of fucking
and
doors.
how practical to use real fucking uniforms and suits as opposed to making a trillion CGI fucking bullshit. Nobody
This
gives a
movie
fuck.
Is a cartoon. It is the third act is 100% a
Hot
cartoon.
garbage.
It's terrible.
It's muff cabbage.
Terrible. How about the two things that matter most? The relationship between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Does it work at all?
No.
Do you get the impression at any point when he says in A New Hope, he goes, he was a good friend?
No.
Do you ever get that impression from this?
No.
Not
Especially
once.
not this one.
No, not once.
I also
No.
fucking hated all those fucking like wink wink jokes. One day, Anakin, I believe you're gonna be the death of me.
You said that
Yeah.
before.
Oh my God.
I really do like the opening of this movie for the first 15, 20 minutes. But when you pointed that out, I didn't notice that until this time. I was like, shit, he's right.
I remember seeing it when I was younger. I remember even I was like, oh fuck you.
Yeah.
But even more, like, the acting is so bad. Like,
It's hammy as fuck.
you just want to reach in the screen and grab Anakin and slap him and be like, be a fucking man. Like, for
Right.
crying out loud, all you do is bitch and moan and complain the second Obi-Wan's
You wait
not
till the
around.
third one. I'll show you.
Yes! What you can see was Javi wiping the tear dramatically from his face. That is,
He'd be using the Force to wipe his
Yeah.
tears, though.
Here it goes.
I'll show you.
Windshield wiper off of that bitch. You never buy, and then even worse, you never buy the love story between Anakin and
Oh,
Padme.
hell no.
Are you kidding me?
Plastic.
There's nothing going on.
There's no chemistry
And when
between
he's
them.
riding that weird cow thing and he falls over and it looks terrible and they roll in the roses and I'm like, is this how George
He's like seducing her with the Force and like
Oh, yeah.
force feeding her a peach.
Do you think he was force feeding her peach underneath?
I
This
think
little,
Like, make that click vibrate with
Like
little force
that's
powers.
that's what he
Weird.
should have been doing the whole fucking
Jedis
time.
are basically the Harleys of people in this universe. They could just broom, broom down there.
If you were a Jedi and anytime you saw some hot chick out in public, would you just like rub it off like immediately?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, in your pants.
Yeah.
Like,
either that or just like use your mind
Wow.
power to look at her, like manipulate her to like you.
Like,
100%.
So you wouldn't be a Jedi, obviously.
you will be a great Jedi.
Yeah.
That's a gray area.
Yeah.
You will show me a
No,
tits.
you're straight up Sith.
Damn, he could do that, couldn't
You're
you?
a straight up fucking Sith.
You want to go back to my place?
Yeah.
And
That's
blow
why
me?
the Sith are so badass.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know the power of the dark
Yeah.
side. Blowjobs all day. That's all you get.
Oh, blowjobs and parades. That's all you're gonna get in this fucking
Do
thing.
it. Fucking do it. Blowjobs while we're on parade. Watch. Look at
See,
me.
I would just be a
Do it.
Sith
Look
and
at
never
you.
take an apprentice. I would just be getting blowjobs, getting fucked all day, baby. Like,
Dude.
you need an apprentice? No, because you're not gonna fucking kill me.
Darth Hobbs? It might work.
Dunk my balls.
Twist them a little. Do it.
I don't need your help back there. I'm already using my own mind. Just using a little. Jesus.
Alright, so she's wearing that tight suit, though? And, like, what the fuck? Like, when they go off and they're like, well, we gotta go protect
You
her.
talking about when they're at the monster truck race at the end?
Sunday!
I think I saw Bigfoot and Gravedigger in that scene.
They're at the fucking Idiocracy rally.
That's not what I was talking about, but you're so fucking right. Anakin and her go off, he's supposed to protect her, and then the whole time, he's just coming on to her way too strong. He's just like, you're in my loins. What the fuck? And she's like, we can't fuck. And I'm just like, do you see what you're wearing?
This is
It's hot.
it's going on super rapey.
It was, dude. But her captain goes, I'd be more worried about her. So maybe she's done this before. That's what I was thinking. I was like, does she take a Jedi back every 2 years?
Yeah,
and get a little...
Obi-Wan.
Do you think there was something going on between them?
Oh, God, I
'Cause
hope so.
Anakin did.
I hope so.
Anakin was like 10 years old. Like,
Just
in
so
11
he
years, I
wasn't
wanna fuck
wrong.
you.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of it, because otherwise he threw it away for
Yeah,
fucking nothing,
exactly.
which he did.
Just so he wasn't wrong. Just to be like, oh yeah, Obi-Wan.
So the
Who's
whole
tapping that?
this movie, is there any point behind this movie either? Does it advance the story in any way, shape, or form?
No.
I mean, we get to see Count Dooku.
I like Count Dooku.
I like the fact that he had like a handicap.
I like Count Dooku. I like his lightsaber. That's cool looking the way.
It was very ergonomic.
And
like,
you said
The
you
hilt
like the
is
fight.
curved at the end.
Oh, is it? I didn't even notice
it
that.
was. That's why I said it was like a handicap.
The hilt is like curved at
But,
the
like-
end. It's almost like a fucking cane.
Like the whole
kinda.
movie.
Because
But,
he's got arthritis.
It's like a sawed-off shotgun.
but when they get to Geonosis, does anything important even happen? Like,
No.
here's the big problem with this movie and all the prequel movies. Everyone is a fucking superpowered creature that cannot be defeated when it comes to the Jedi. They're just like boom, boom, boom. It doesn't make any sense. There's no risk. There's no feeling of like these people are in trouble and the characters I care about, they're never in fucking trouble.
No.
There's no sense of danger and therefore it's boring to me. Whereas with the Mandalorian, he got hit how many times? He got attacked by that giant Tyrannosaurus Rex thing. There's got to be
He's
a
vulnerable.
There's got to be a sense of danger for you to
Yeah.
care about the characters.
Yeah.
Like when they're running through the Death Star in the first Star Wars movie, you're worried that they might get in trouble. They might get hit. They might get kidnapped or not
Upon
kidnapped, or
first
captured.
viewing, yes,
Yeah.
of course, you automatically you feel that sense of urgency. The Empire did it masterfully with the ending that it left on. You were uncertain of the outcome of these people.
Right.
Like you didn't know what was going to happen from that point.
And it makes a huge fucking difference
Yeah.
in these
Because
movies.
that builds attachment to these characters.
And at the same time, they're literally cartoon characters being attacked by other cartoon characters.
So that's
it does not work.
And that's
There's
the
no
thing
weight.
that's fucked up about prequels also is because obviously you know that they made it.
Yes, that's true. You know where it's going. So
Yeah.
You just
So
kinda-
like any side character that's not in the original series that you've seen, you can automatically assume that they're not going to make it through.
That brings up a good point. Do you think that if you watch it from episode 1 to episode 6, you actually buy the whole thing? Like if you were a kid and you got to watch this for the first time, would you believe that transformation that happens between this movie and the next
but
movie?
I have no way of even comprehending
Yeah.
that because I grew up watching the original three so
Right.
many times, like religiously. I still watch them religiously.
Right.
So I can't even put myself in that mindset to where if I saw it from the beginning all the way through as one piece, 1 through 9, would I buy it or
Right.
would I care about it?
I think I would lose it once I went from like
I think I'd
Revenge
watch-
of the Sith
Yeah.
to New Hope quality.
Well, I think I would lose it after midway through Attack of the Clones and just not even watch it anymore after that. Just like,
Right.
well, the rest of this is going to fucking suck.
It's terrible. I just think Attack of the Clones is the worst out of the
Oh, yeah,
prequels,
definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
That Yoda fight though was pretty nice. I just like seeing Yoda in action.
I like
Because
it
like
too.
in the fucking prequels, he was like badass, but I never once saw Yoda fucking throw down until Attack of the Clones.
It's always
I
weird
think the
though.
flipping and spinning was a little too much.
It felt like, remember in Super Star Wars with SNES,
Yeah.
they would do that and they would flip. I think everyone always... Everyone wanted to see it, but at the end of the day...
It's too much. They did it too many times.
And
if they would have done it like a couple times, but that was all the fight was. It's just like him bouncing around.
Why does he have to
like he's fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right. Why does he have to jump around like a little frog person and then just stop and get out his cane again? Like,
why
can't conserving energy?
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to me.
Like at that, he could just fucking float
fun.
if he wanted to, probably. Like he does.
He does float.
Okay, I don't know if that chair does the floating or if he does the floating though.
What if he's floating in the chair?
He is floating in the chair.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know if the chair does it or if he does it with his mind.
He probably does it with his
First of
mind.
all, I just like the aesthetic. Like, you got like a fucking crippled up Yoda just like hobbling along, and then he just fucking decides to like shed his cloak, throw down his cane, and he just fucking lets throw down.
Look at the bounties frozen in carbonite. How do they float? They're not floating around because somebody's using the fucking force to float them around and push them around.
They're using the deadlights. I know how they float.
Okay, then. So how does it say that the chairs aren't fucking doing that?
So we just gotta know that it reference I just threw out there masterfully.
I heard that.
I got you.
I did hear it. So let's talk about Revenge of the Sith real quick, okay? Revenge of the Sith, is it the best out of the prequels?
Yes, it's the best of the prequels.
Okay.
I will agree. It's the first and only PG-13 movie at this point. The beginning with Obi-Wan and him, where he's
With
rescuing
Grievous?
Palpatine.
Oh
no, and he cuts off Dooku's head.
Yeah, I really like that.
I was like, okay.
Whenever he
getting
cuts
a
off
little
his
dark.
hands first, I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee has a look of, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then he goes,
Just cut off one hand.
yeah. And then he's just like, do it. That's so fucking good. And that's what works in the prequels to me, is Palpatine. He's the one thing consistently through the first three movies.
Ian McDiarmid kills it.
Fucking murders it, dude.
Yeah.
He's just on top of that shit. And that third movie is his playground.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, within this shitstorm that is the prequels, he entertains the fuck out of me.
Agreed.
Just killing it the whole time.
he's just
He's
hammering
on
it
point.
up.
I like
It's like Jack Nicholson in 89 Batman.
just winning
Yeah,
the whole
chewing up
fucking
the
time.
scenery.
Every time he's on screen, you're just like, yes,
Yeah.
more Palpatine. Do it,
Yeah.
do it.
Do it.
How about, does Obi-Wan and Anakin work in this movie any better? And speaking of which, Anakin got a little bit beast mode in this. You talk about thick bitch Kylo Ren. He got huge for this fucking movie. I was shocked.
I
I
still
was
don't
like,
know. He was still like a little pussy ass wimp to me.
why was he like that?
He was a little better in this. I think.
When he started turning to the
personally.
dark side, that's when it worked for me. When he shut his fucking mouth.
Yeah, but
And he just
the
became
whole
angsty and brooding.
Yes.
the whole first 30, 45 minutes of it, their relationship really doesn't work. They talk about these adventures that they've gone on, and it's like, show them.
Yes.
Fucking show me that
100%.
pen.
Why did we never see these two
It was
characters
like,
together?
You remember that one time we did this and it was so awesome? Yeah, that's like, well, yeah, why did I see that and I got to see you fucking eating fucking space fruit on that stupid planet?
Right.
Like,
Throwing it back and forth,
Yeah.
another repair. I will say this. I watched the Clone Wars movie, the animated one.
Oh, that is dog shit.
Not great, but I've started watching the Clone Wars animated, and
That's better.
That version of Anakin Skywalker is the version he's talking about in Episode 4. They took away the whininess, they took away the neediness, they took away all of that. All
He's
the
a
bad
vigilant
characters.
hero.
They gave
He's
him
an
some
actual-
balls.
He actually feels kind of like a Captain America, like somebody more arrogant, maybe a Thor character who's got the
Iron
arrogance,
Man.
but he's taking care of the situation, and
Yeah.
his arrogance is actually earned. And by giving him a Padawan learner, that really shows his father side. This version in Episode 3 is not that version you see in the Clone Wars
No.
at all. I just don't get it. Why did they go with this version of the character where he's a whiny bitch, like you said? Fuck you, Obi-Wan, and
Well, that's probably
Why?
because George Lucas insisted on directing the trilogy himself.
he should not. Does anything work in this movie for you guys?
Lots of things.
Please tell
Mace
me.
Windu works going against Palpatine.
He goes out like a bitch, though.
But I think he beat Palpatine, though.
He did.
He fucking
He
whooped
did.
his
Kind of.
ass.
He turned him into
He
a
owned
raisin.
him.
He
No,
turned him
he-
into a California raisin.
He fucking owned him. And it's only because of Anakin that Windu lost.
But that's the thing. Why does he get fried and then immediately just put on the cloak like, it's not a big deal? Like, nothing,
Right.
nothing like, oh, it hurts so
Why
fucking
do you-
bad. Like, nothing, dude. Nothing. Not even a mention of he's just like, this is me now.
This was my ultimate plan. I have to look the most evil.
You better get used to looking at this, kid.
Because in the next scene, he's like, look what the Jedi did to me.
I'm coming around the corner. Nobody look at me. I'm ugly.
But that always bothered me.
Maybe but that's exactly it. He's like, look what they did to me.
That is what he does in the next
Also, I know. He's like, I'm a weak old man.
I can do nothing. I'm not evil. I promise. I didn't get it. But at the same time,
time out.
but he's killing it at the same time. I'm just like, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
And also, how did the Jedi not know he was fucking the Lord of the Sith, like the evilest person there? Like, how did they not feel it?
So whenever I watched the very first movie and you get introduced to Palpatine, I'm watching. I was like, that's the fucking Emperor.
Yeah.
They don't even let you know at that point.
No.
But you could just tell by the way
The
he looked.
jawline.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the Emperor.
Yeah.
So then you go on watching it and you're like, okay. And then finally the third one, it's like, okay. When he tells them the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, dope. That whole fucking opera scene with the fucking bubbles and sitting there talking, that fucking whoa.
Really good.
Music
Really
playing
good.
in the background. So that obviously he's selling you right then. Obviously that's who he's going to be.
Right.
Like, by the third one, you figure out that he's the Emperor.
I think the last half of that movie is really fun.
Oh, it's great.
It's so much fun. And I will even take back what I've said in the past about the battle and the lava and all that. Everything leading up to
Everything
that.
on Mustafar was awesome.
Like when he walks in and he takes out the separatists, he just starts fucking murdering them and finally takes out that weird racist Asian bubble lip motherfucker, which I didn't understand why that was there.
We had to watch her.
Yeah. I was like,
He's sitting down to shoot you right
one of the weirdest things too is the racist Chinese voice at the beginning of the first
don't
movie.
understand it.
Yes, the second guy's like, we not go up against the Jedi. In the
are
second
you,
movie,
fool?
same character, his voice was like, we'll not go against the Jedi. They really fucked it up, and I was like,
No, that's a whole race of those people, though. It could have been a
oh,
different
could have
one.
been a different one?
Yeah.
Oh, and then I'm the racist one, because I think
Well, they all look
alike.
the same.
But I do not understand. They all don't look alike.
Please, yes, yes.
What do you mean? We cannot have a Jedi here. They will kill everything.
I was really happy when he took that guy out. I was like, yes, finally.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Idiots.
The best part of that movie, though.
Zipperheads.
The best.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, Dick!
Whoa. I was
Is that
talking
the name of the race?
Jesus Christ, I was talking about the guys from Star Wars.
Oh, no.
I'm delightfully racist.
It's almost adorable.
What do you mean a superhead? I do not understand.
The best scene of the movie has to be whenever he goes in to kill the younglings. And I know that sounds terrible saying it out loud. But he walks in, and that kid's like, Master Anakin? And he just goes, and you just see it like,
And he flinches.
yeah, the
kid
way that
flinches.
kid's the best actor in all the
Yeah,
prequels. 'Cause the way he
that was
flinches.
Little Snoke for the longest time, everybody thought.
Wait, really? Is that what
Remember
they
the
said
old
that-
theories back in the day? Because the kid actually kind of looks like him, too. If you
Yeah?
like the old age progression thing. They thought that kid ended up being Snoke in The Force Awakens and Last Jedi.
No shit.
Yeah.
Did
Maybe
you
it's
think,
Snoke.
how many of the Jedi did survive Order 66? Was it
One.
Yoda?
Yeah, two.
Two.
Obi-Wan and...
I think Ahsoka does
well,
too.
3.
You know? Yeah, because Ahsoka survives through the Clone Wars, I believe.
Yeah.
And she's in Rebels.
But
I
if
think
we're
there's
talking
more.
about the... Yeah, I mean, there has to be,
It has to
obviously.
be, right.
Well,
Wait, Ahsoka didn't live. Rebels was
Rey's a fucking-
Rebels was like during Clone Wars.
No,
Rey's a
Rebels is
Jedi.
after.
Red Eyes is
Rebels,
after.
Rebels is after. It's
No,
during
it's
the time.
not.
It's but right
No,
before A New Hope, I believe.
Oh, Rebels is after. Yes.
Because it's Rebels. It's
Okay,
the Rebels.
yeah.
But here's my thing. Order 66, they went out like a bunch of bitches. They really
Right, that's
did.
what you're talking about earlier.
Yeah, I don't like
how
that.
How can the Jedis be the baddest on Earth or
And just
on
go
any
out.
fucking
And then fucking
planet?
getting murked.
Now, watching
Any
it this
star
time,
system, yeah. And they just get destroyed by clones.
easy. But watching it this time, I guess they do kind of show that they notice right before it happens. And the clones probably weren't told to do it. They didn't know what Order 66 was, possibly. Maybe Palpatine was so powerful that he's like, do Order 66. And he maybe mind controlled them.
Jedi.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why they didn't know, and that's a far reach, is because the clones didn't even know what Order 66
That
was.
kind of makes sense because
Right.
all of a sudden these fucking clones had impeccable aiming.
Is robots versus clones, is that interesting?
No,
I don't find it interesting either.
me either.
No.
I didn't
fuck
find
that shit.
I didn't find Gungans versus robots interesting
No.
either.
The whole-
Which,
I
by the
also
way,
didn't find the Hutus versus the Tutsis very interesting either.
you know-
Hotel Rwanda.
Infinity War was very final battle of Star Wars. Also, final battle of Infinity
Agreed.
War.
Agreed.
They had the force filled up, and they're fighting all these fucking things.
Why does it work better, you think? Because you're invested in the characters?
Yeah.
over a
Definitely.
long period of time.
Oh, definitely.
Because it is. It's a bunch
Yeah.
of live action people
Where-
facing a bunch of CGI characters.
Right, but whereas Gungans versus droids, give a fuck. I hope Jar Jar dies.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Told you versus
Arthur
robots. That's all
now.
it was.
Arthur the whistle on the
Well, let's talk about the final transformation. Anakin.
I hate you!
Yes.
I hate you!
You underestimate my power.
That bothered me fucking endlessly.
I
love
hate
it.
you.
Oh, why? Yes, when he
love
screams.
it.
and
I
it's-
fucking
you
love
like
that.
I love it too.
I hate you.
You guys.
Love
No, he screams and his voice squeaks. I can't stand it.
First of all,
He's in
have
pain.
you ever
He's a
screamed-
young man.
Have you ever screamed so much hatred that your voice just cracks? And I think that's what I really liked about it.
It's dumb.
I thought it was great.
It's dumb.
I thought it was
It's
great.
dumb.
Really?
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I thought it was great.
Terrible. Terrible. Why did you do
Or
that?
how would you want him to scream, I hate you?
I don't want him to
You
scream
know,
it.
hey, Obi, I hate you.
I don't want him to say
I'm
anything.
on fire, I'm missing limbs, I hate you.
I don't want him to say anything.
What do you want him to say?
Nothing. Not a
No,
fucking thing.
he's got to say something like,
I
I
think
hate
they
you.
should have talked during the battle. Kind of like how
They
they...
did.
They did.
Very little.
I have the high ground. You underestimate my power,
That's
bro.
the end
My
of it.
brother Anakin.
That's the end of it. And
No,
Anakin
but they
says
talk
next
while they're
nothing.
floating on the fucking pieces before he even
Barely.
jumps to the high ground.
Barely.
Anakin,
They need
Palpatine is
more in
evil.
between. There
You
should be more
underestimate
conversation.
my power.
In my
No, I'm
mind, the
saying
Jedi.
the Jedi
are
are
evil.
evil.
I know
exactly.
they say it, but they should be talking more about their actual relationship.
They
and what's
kind of
going on.
are.
Nah, it's not enough. It's just not enough for me. I want more.
Ooh,
I want more.
I like the end battle of Mustafar.
I
That's
want,
a great
I
battle.
want more human interaction, less climbing giant towers, batting at each other with lightsabers. It's just not interesting to me. Everything leading up to it, though, interesting. That's too much. I do like the lava droids, though, when they're pulling out the lava.
I don't
find
like she's dead. How? She
Yes.
just lost the will to live.
And also, why is there the fucking
Can't save her?
the robot midwife that's like booba? Booba. I'm like, what the fuck
what
is
is
this
that?
shit? You
Yeah.
couldn't have had a human that could keep a fucking secret? Are you kidding me?
Right.
Bothered the fuck out of me.
Oh, wait, she did. Obi-Wan. Those are his kids.
He was tapping that? You guys are so upset that I don't like that. Don't you?
I'm a little disappointed in you.
No, I don't like it. Still. I don't
Friend
like it at all.
Duckland. I love you.
How about the change from Burt and Crispy Anakin to Darth Vader coming out of the thing? And now adding that to the end of Return of the Jedi, because that same nose in there. Does that work for you guys?
No.
No.
No. I don't like either of those fucking no's.
I do
I
like
do like the-
Palpatine versus like throwing out Yoda though. That was pretty nice.
I like the creation of Darth Vader. All that. Vader rise. And he breaks out of his fucking shackles. He's like, what of Padme?
Never brings her up again.
Like, yeah, dude, don't ask
My
me
favorite
that.
thing is
like,
in
why
the-
would you fucking care? Look at you now. Do you
The
think she
robot-
wants anything to do with you? You
Dude.
got a fucking middle dick.
Dude,
Maybe she
Wait,
would want
maybe
that.
she does
she
want
does
it.
do that. She does. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just the
I
tip.
love in the robot chicken when he's like, well, I'll bring up Padme or whatever.
Pet him
He's
on there.
crying. Pet him on there.
Panda Bear, Edamame, whatever the fuck her name
Oh,
was.
he's crying.
He's absolutely
I
crying.
love
Yeah.
that version of the Emperor, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's so
It was fucking great.
Ready for Papa Palpatine?
It's amazing. Final question on this. Does this version of Anakin Skywalker become the version of Darth Vader? Do we believe it or buy it?
I have no choice but to, because they made him the Darth Vader in the new Return of the Jedi, so whatever. They took out Sebastian Shaw.
They should have kept the original.
Yes. I'm surprised they didn't fucking morph his face into the...
They could have done a deep
Whenever he takes the helmet off at the end of Jedi, and he sees us, let me look on you with my eyes for my own on the last time.
Well, you notice
I'm
it.
surprised they didn't fucking remove his goddamn head, put Anakin in that fucking or Hayden in that
you're right.
bullshit,
Went
and
the
just
whole
fucking
way.
re-CG
Like he
that
never aged.
bullshit. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't fucking do that.
Well, they did change his head, though. Like, in the latest release, he didn't have eyebrows. He looks all burned up and stuff
no,
like that.
he kind of did. Oh, what?
Yeah, they changed it, dude. If you look at the original, the way he looks versus the...
Where he's got like the metal
final-
parts coming out of his
Yeah,
fucking head
dude.
and
Like,
shit.
and they singed off his eyebrows.
His eyebrows were already gone, I thought.
No, not in the originals. So they got
Okay.
rid of all that shit.
you sure?
It's just
He
like how the
looked
Ewoks-
pretty fucked up in the original, but I mean, I just figured they would have taken goddamn Anakin or Hayden and fucking superimposed his ass on there.
Right.
I hate you!
Point blank, though, is there anything that you guys like about the prequels? Like I said, I think it's a mess.
I like the Sith. That's about it.
Oh, you're right. I do like the Sith.
Yeah.
I do. I like the Sith. All the Sith. I like
Yeah.
Maul. I like Palpatine, and I like
Agreed.
Dooku.
Granted, they're a bit moody, but
Hey, comes with the territory.
I don't think I would want to be a Sith. I mean, the power's awesome, but
I like Obi-Wan in the second and third one a lot. I like Ewan McGregor.
I
Jim
like
McGregor killed it.
Obi-Wan in the third one's the best.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And I can confidently say I like Natalie Portman in none of them.
In his fight with Django on fucking
on
Muffalandia?
Camino.
Camino.
Yeah, they fight on Camino. Camino.
I like
El
Camino, too.
Camino.
I like that really thin alien.
They remind me of the aliens from the Abyss, kinda.
A little, yeah. Do you think that's a reference to the Abyss?
Maybe, I don't know, but it's all water that they're in also.
I know they hid an Enterprise somewhere in there too, so there's a lot of hidden stuff in there. Also, don't smoke death sticks or whatever that is.
You want to go home and rethink your life? I want to
Do
go
you
home
think
and
the
rethink my
Jedi?
life.
Do you think he was right though, Anakin? Do you think the Jedi were evil?
No.
I don't
No.
know, man. I watch it.
Jedi's
I'm
a
like,
bunch
No.
of fucking idiots.
yeah.
No, why would I think that?
I just they weren't. They had no interest in letting him do jack shit. I could see how he could have turned if they played it better, but they literally were cock blocking him every move that was made.
They were
didn't wanna-
self-fulfilling the prophecy.
Well,
That's
they didn't
all
want to
that it
make
was.
him. They didn't want to let him in. They
Either
didn't want
that,
to train him. They didn't
or
want to let him on
maybe
the
it
council.
was a prophecy, and they knew that he was going to turn unless they did certain things.
But the only one who treated him good was Obi-Wan. They kind of created Vader.
Yeah,
Well, what's done
Yeah,
is
you're
done.
right.
You can't go crying over crippled burnt milk now.
right. It's a catch-22. It doesn't matter. Like, either way, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. So
That's true. I guess if you know Space Hitler's coming, you gotta kind of stop it. Well, thank you so much for listening. If you want to check us out on the internet, we are Arrow on Facebook and also on YouTube at Quack Attack 5000. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Duck. I've been here with
Jake.
and
Javi.
and thank you for listening.
yeah.
And there it is. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you have enjoyed it, please do not forget, share with your friends. That is how we grow the network. And if this is your first time listening, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, and give We Are Podcast a like. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcast here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Bagu, a video game podcast featuring me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood. That's where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. Don't forget Gyros, a Dungeons and Distractions side quest. Me and the boys were sitting down, we're playing some D&D, we're having so much fun. You can go and start that from the beginning of the journey, Season 1, Episode 1. You're going to love it all the way through. And finally, I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I'm going to sit down with some of the most epic people I've ever met in this world, and we're going to talk about their life, we're going to talk about their trials and tribulations, and we're just going to talk about their journey this far. Head on over to our social media. All links can be found in the description. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. Also, head over to the Facebook group, We Are Arrow. We would love to see you in that group. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed the podcast today, share it with your friends. That's the only way we can grow this network. With that said, do not forget, support local comedy in any way that you can. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.